Thanks for staying tuned to your station, the African Event Television, and welcome to your program, Security Watch Africa. On this program, we bring you every information you need to keep your life safe and secure. Wherever that is, we'll bring it to you. Yes, I know some people may still remember that 25th October of every year is the birthday of the founder, chairman emeritus of Dark Communications PLC. Yes, he's not here physically with us, but he's here with us in spirit and in charge, watching whatever is happening. Chairman is somebody that we all would love to be with, but unfortunately he's not here physically with us. But we know that his spirit is around with us. So I wish you happy birthday, even where he is right now, with his Mecca. Yes, again, yesterday was quite a significant day in the Nigerian security architecture with the changes, the rejigging of the armed forces of Nigeria, where the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu made on screen. You can see the letter, the memo of Mr. President talking about the desires to strengthen the fight against insecurity in Nigeria. He carried out some changes, some say sweeping changes, but I said that, it's still because those that are stepping outside, I wouldn't say sack like some people call it, because they have put in their best to ensure that we are relatively safe as we are today. Those that are coming in are those that have also been tested. In fact, they are grounded in the system. They will advance further the fight against insecurity in the country. And among leading that is the SY, I would say, Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Olatubosu Oloyede, is now being promoted as the 4-star general. He's now going to be the full general in charge of the defense headquarters. He's taking over from his mentor also, General Christopher Gwabi Musa, who did so well in ensuring peace. Yes, the next is Security Watch Africa man. Talking about Major General Wahid Shuaibu. Wahid Shuaibu is now the new Chief of Army Staff. This is a man who put in so much, his life on the line to protect Nigeria. So many times he was ambushed, but he was able to charge through with his soldiers. He sustained injuries, but God kept him for a time like this to help to advance the fight against insecurity in Nigeria. We say congratulations, Major General Shuaibu. Yes, the next is Rear Admiral Idi Abbas. Idi Abbas, as the flag officer commanding Central Naval Command based in Yenegua, he did so well in fighting against the oil sabotage, oil theft. Security Watch was also with him there to cover some of his activities over there. So he's a man who is ready for the new charge. Then the next is the wonderful guy that's been appointed to take over as the Chief of the Air Staff, talking about Air Vice Marshal Sunday Kelvin Aneke. Sunday Kelvin is a seasoned pilot, fighter pilot, and he's seasoned in his work. He was also in Yenegua as a flag officer commanding at a time. So these are officers that are ready to do the new charge of Mr. President. Yes, not forgetting that the outgoing Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, he is a man that has put in his best. Became the theater commander before he was appointed the Chief of Defense Staff. We say, congratulations, sir, for the work you did for the country in Nigeria. He did everywhere, and he took to a higher pedestal the issue of strategic communication, the need for Nigerians and the world to know what the armed forces are doing. He took it further than it was before, and I believe the new coming General Oloyede will take it further and do better. I say congratulations to him. Yes, and I think that will take us to the first report put together by Lucy Taiwo, where the Chief of Defense Staff, the outgoing Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, assisted by Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, commissioned landmark projects at the Niger Barracks. Sit back as we'll bring you the report.
In a drive to alleviate the living condition of the personnel of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Gwabin Musa, has commissioned the first phase of officers' accommodation for the Armed Forces of Nigeria on a link road. General Musa said the facilities commissioned are not merely for convenience, but an essential infrastructure designed to support efficiency in the discharge of duties.
Today's commissions represent a tangible expression of our collective effort to improve the living and working conditions of our personnel and their families. The link road and newly constructed buildings are designed not just for convenience, but as essential infrastructure that supports efficiency, safety, and comfort. Notably, the Niger Barracks Extension Block, which will accommodate policymakers in the defense headquarters, provides a atmosphere where they can have peace of mind to articulate valuable and forward-thinking policies. These policies will continue to ensure that the Armed Forces of Nigeria remain active, effective, professional, and successful in our operations.
He appreciated the support of the service chiefs and the government for their contributions towards alleviating the living condition of the personnel of the armed forces.
I want to also use this opportunity to thank the service chiefs. Last week we were one of the annexes for the Nigerian Air Force, where the Chief of Air Staff also we commissioned another office block, and he has done a lot around the country. So also the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Naval Staff, just to show you our commitment to our troops, that we want to ensure that our troops are fully taken care of. Permit me to also extend profound gratitude to the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, for his unwavering support to the armed forces. His administration's commitment to the welfare, training, and operational needs of our troops has been remarkable. It is this support that continues to boost morale and motivation, leading to the visible reduction of insecurity across the nation.
The defense chiefs thanked Nigerians for their support to the armed forces of Nigeria, attributing the successes recorded so far to the goodwill of Nigerians.
For us, we cannot do much if we don't have the support of Nigerians. I want to continue to appeal to Nigerians not to get tired, that the challenge we are facing is a challenge against Nigeria. And it takes all of us working together as a team to succeed, to defeat our common enemy. So I want to appeal that we should not get tired. Things are improving, things are picking up. It takes baby steps for us to achieve this together, and together we shall succeed.
The special guest of honor, who is the Speaker, House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, expressed delight with the asset which he said represents a visible expression of the commitment to the welfare and moral booster for operational effectiveness.
Today's commissioning reflects a clear leadership philosophy at Defense Headquarters. It prioritizes personal welfare as the core of military capability. No fighting force, regardless of equipment or doctrine, can perform its best without decent accommodation, reliable infrastructure, and a humane work-life environment.
The Speaker assured that the House of Representatives has prioritized defense, internal security, and veteran welfare.
For our part, the 10th House of Representatives has prioritized defense, internal security, and veterans welfare. Working with the Senate, we have supported budget allocation for platforms, munitions, communications, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities.
Lucy Tawo reporting for Security Watch Africa.
Welcome back. Yes, we'll take you to our visit to Benue State and Nasarawa State in continuation of our assessment of the implementation of the Soldier Force mantra of Lieutenant General Olufemi Oloyede. Soldier Force mantra, he's passionate about the welfare of the soldiers. Sit back as we bring you this report by Elizabeth Tanko.
In continuation of the evaluation of the Soldier First concept, a key initiative of the Nigerian Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oloyede, Security Watch Africa's team visited locations in Benue and Nasarawa states. The visit began with a courtesy call to the First Commander Operation Wild Stroke, OPWS, Major General Moses Gara in Makurdi, the Benue State capital. Major General Gara gave us details on the security situation in his area of responsibility, which covers Benue, Nasarawa, and Taraba states.
We are having a lot more stability than it was at inception. You know, the reason being that the environment has remained complex. There are different dynamics that are, you know, constituting threats in the environment. The prominent is the armed herders and local farmers. But then again, we have local militias who are just driven by pure criminality and materialism. On the other hand, again, we are also aware that some of these armed militias also have links to certain political interests here and there, which further complicates the issues. But by and large, I can tell you that with the support from the Chief of Defense Staff, the Chief of Army Staff, a lot of additional manpower have been inducted into Operation Wild Stroke Theater of Operation, and a lot more combat enablers have been inducted. The Air Force has also inducted air platforms in direct support to Operation Wild Stroke. So with all these resources that have been made available to us, I make very bold to say that very giant strides have been attained. We've had a lot of hitherto abandoned communities that are now being occupied. A lot of farmlands that people couldn't access previously are now being accessed. But I must also add that it is still work in progress, and we are still on it.
The commander went further to speak on the implementation of the Soldier First mantra and appreciated the Chief of Army Staff.
A lot has been done to sensitize officers and men on the appropriateness of the soldier key concept, you know. And under my watch, being that the Chief of Army Staff, I've served under him severally, and he has mentored me. So it's nothing new that he is now spreading it to the larger army. It is something he has always preached and lived, to give the soldier that dignity he requires by looking after his welfare, ensuring that he's properly trained, ensuring he's properly equipped, you know, listening to his problems, attending to it, making sure that his family is in good stead, his children can attend good school. He's not afraid when it's time for him to leave the service, where he's going to retire to, you know. So all this make up the soldier first concept. So it's not going to happen overnight. Even the soldiers are not going to have the understanding overnight, but it's a gradual thing. So we have the Department of Civil Military Affairs driving this sensitization. On my part, under my command in Operation Wild Stroke, I lead by example. So if my lunch is being served now, and I open the food flask for you, and you go out to see the lunch that is being served to the soldier, the least private soldier here, you'll discover that we have the same food. We're eating from the same pot, you know. And I go to inspect my store, and I find any store item there that the soldier needs in the field, and it is lying down inside my store. Immediately I give orders. The soldiers need these things in the field.
Continuing, we were at Sector 1 area of responsibility, where the sector commander, Colonel Kolawole Bukoye, spoke on the security in Benue State.
It's quite challenging because there are various threats: banditry, kidnapping, cow rustling, clashes with armed headers. We have several militia groups in the state. But our soldiers are doing their best, and if you realize, you will notice that Benue State is quite calm now. That's because we've tried to block most of the gaps, and we're always on our toes, and the soldiers have been very, very responsive to distress calls. So I wouldn't say it is cool and calm, but it's challenging, but we are getting there. We are trying to calm down the issues around, and we're getting by.
Colonel Bukoye, who also doubles as the acting commander 401 Special Forces Brigade, gave details on the implementation of the COA's Soldier First mantra.
As of 3 weeks ago, they were issued new gears, uniforms, and right now, you can hardly find any Nigerian Army soldier without his protective gear. It's a must now. And efforts are ongoing to equip all the soldiers in operations with their helmets, their body armor. They get that. You can't go into operation without being properly kitted. That alone boosts the morale of the troops. In terms of vehicles, we have vehicles. We have vehicles that can convey our troops from point A to point B. So the soldiers are extremely excited, and you have a chief of army staff that listens. You have personal contact, personal touch with your chief. And a whole lot of things are being done to support our operations from the chief's office.
To witness firsthand how the operations of the Nigerian Army personnel impact on security in the area, we traveled to Tacho, where the COA Special Intervention Battalion 6 is located. On arrival at the battalion, we met the commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Donatus Otobo, and a team returning from the regular patrol of the area. Lieutenant Colonel Otobo spoke on their operations and welfare of troops.
Tacho is a village in Makurdi local government area. And then from the road you came, you see from where you have the Nasme up to Ude, that is where we covered. And on the 12th when we came in, nobody can move into this area. The whole area was completely dominated by the bandits. They were armed. In fact, the first day we came for Reiki, we attacked, we had contact with bandits over 10 different places. And then the second day we came for confirmatory Reiki, the same thing happened. And so on our deployment here, you can see the whole camp. It was forested. We are the one that ensure that this place can be habitable to some extent. The soldiers are very happy. They are very happy. They are very happy not only with the battalion, but with the Chief of Army Staff. Because as it is now, we just distributed camp beds that was also issued to the soldiers. The whole of them, they have camp beds that are given to them. Some others were also given sleeping kits. They all were issued. This one, what is wearing is new uniform issued by the Chief of Army Staff. So the Chief of Army Staff, like I mentioned, has provided everything. Because we are a special battalion and we are brought here to intervene on this crisis. So everything we are treated specially. And I want to thank the Chief of Army Staff for that, for making us special and treating us special. And that has also helped us to achieve within this few period that we have been here. We have achieved what some units, I believe, cannot achieve for maybe 6 months.
The leader of the patrol team and a soldier spoke further.
The battalion entirely give 100% appreciation to the Chief of Army Staff for giving us his support, necessary support, the vehicles And our welfare, our RCA, at when due, increased our feeding and everything. We appreciate the Chief of Army Staff and we thank him for all his support given to the battalion.
In terms of ration, in terms of feeding, we also appreciate him most. Likewise, RCA, we thank him. We say, may God bless him.
The Regimental Sergeant Major of the battalion, Master Warrant Officer Danjuma Musa, who is the father of the battalion, speaks on the soldiers' welfare.
And we thank God that we have the Chief of Army Staff that always give a listening ear. He have always been releasing whatever we request. So up to this stage now, you can see the stage we are. We are opportune to have the Chief of Army Staff at this our time, because he have listening ears. Anything our CO complain, he always answer us without delay. And we have even more opportunities ahead of maybe some battalions, we don't know.
On our way returning from the location, we spoke with some citizens we met on Makurdi Ude Road, which was formerly abandoned for years due to insecurity.
We are not passing here, but yet now it's getting to 2 months ago, more than we are passing here, but we are not doing anything. Soldiers are taking care of us. If not, we are not allowed to pass here.
Now, as soldiers came here, we have peace. Because like now, if you are looking now, I'm coming from one day road. But before, you know, halfway to come that road. Because the place is very bad before. But for now, as I'm speaking with you, it's very, very perfect. And it's okay.
A visit to Benue State would not have been complete without finding out firsthand what the current situation in Yelwata, Goma local government area is. Our team moved to Yelwata to speak with some community leaders on the current situation in the once troubled community.
Hari yake 12 o'clock. Shini muzamudan hutawa. Daga baya ba mu da security lokaci na police na ne suna taimako mu. Lokaci suma ba komi kuma. Allah ne ya taimako mu. To daga baya yanzu nan Allah ya taimako mu ba wai karfin waziri ne ba. Inda an zo in kuka mun da muke an zo an kawo mu shojan wanda zai su taimake mu Allah ne ya kawo su ba wai karfin su ne ba. An kawo waziri bai karfin shi ne ba. Allah ne ya ba shi karfi. Inda waziri ya zo yanzu nan mu samu zaman a hankali yanzu. Soldiers na gode muku duka kara muku arziki duka har abada.
Oh, waziri could come here. We are taking refuge in school, but when waziri came, he spread his soldiers out so that at least we should go back to our houses. And our children now, at least school has resumed. So at least we appreciate the effort of the whole Nigerian army.
I really appreciate the armies because they are helping us with the police. They are the people that make us who are living our own personally home. So we really appreciate them. I really appreciate the Chief of Army Staff and I appreciate the President of Nigeria.
The officer in charge of the Nigerian Army troops in Yelwata, Major Saleh Waziri, was full of praises for the Chief of Army Staff.
The soldiers' welfare is taken. There is a constant and stable supply of food for the soldiers, and the health care was being taken when the need arises. The commanding officers have done a lot. We have received some equipment support from the Army headquarters, like camp beds, raincoats, rain boot, and sleeping kits. And we have also benefited from all those things. The soldiers' morale at present is very high, and we are happy with the conduct of my soldiers so far.
From Benue State, we stopped over in Nasarawa State, where the commander Sector 2 Operation Wildstroke, who also is the Garrison Commander Special Forces Command, Brigadier General David Nwakonobi, who spoke on the security situation in Nasarawa State.
The security situation here in Nasarawa State is fluid but unpredictable. We have a lot of cases of tribal militias, kidnappers, communal clashes, cultism, banditry, and terrorists. We have them in this Nasarawa State.
He commended the Chief of Army Staff for his leadership style.
We have, like us here, one for SF command in Duma. They are medical. If I have a sick bay, if the soldier is sick here or an officer is sick, my medical officer will attend to him. If it's one that I cannot handle here, we'll refer them back to the barracks. Yes, we have a big hospital there. That one too will handle. If he cannot handle, we will refer back to the general hospital. Yeah, so they're happy. They provide drugs in the hospital free. Yes, and some of the operations are being conducted in the barracks for free. So they're happy. Even welfare, you see soldiers applying for passes, courses, and are allowed to go. Then you see some uniforms. I think last 2 weeks, we are issued 2 pairs of uniforms. Yes. And instead of using their money to go and buy, they are giving free. So soldiers are happy.
The Soldier First mantra is not just an initiative, it is a renewed spirit of courage, welfare, and unity, rekindling the pride and purpose of those who defend the nation, as envisaged by the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Olatunbosu Oluyede. Elizabeth Thanko, reporting for Security Watch Africa.
Yeah, welcome back. That was a report on the implementation of the Chief of Army Staff Soldier First mantra, as put together by Elizabeth Thanko. Yes, we want to use this opportunity to say congratulations once again to the incoming Chief of Army Staff, Major General Waheed Shuaibu. Waheed Shuaibu is a man that we worked closely with, even as a brigade commander to becoming the theater commander, and is a man who is actually grounded in war, fighting war and sustaining, making sure there is peace. During the Maiduguri flood, he saved so many lives. Hundreds of lives were saved by Major General Waheed Shuaibu through the operation. Yes, we'll have to go for other programs to continue until we come here again next week. I said thanks for staying tuned and bye for now.